Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai. We'll go on with chapter 49 of book 9 in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. Narada said, O Bhagavan, who was that Surabi who came down from the region of Golaka? I want to hear her life. Kindly describe. Narada spoke, O Devarsi, the Devi Surabi sprang in the Golaka. She was the first in the creation of cows, and from her all the other cows have come. She is the presiding deity of the cows. I will now speak her history from the beginning. Here, before she appeared in the holy Vrindavana, one day the Lord of Radha, surrounded by gopis, was going gladly with Radha to the holy Vrindavana. There he began to enjoy in a solitary place with great pleasure. He is all will, and suddenly a desire arose in his mind that he would drink milk. Then he created easily the Devi Surabi, full of milk, with her calf from his own left side. The calf of Surabi is nothing else but her will personified. Seeing Surabi, Sri Dhamma milked her in a new earthen jar. The milk is more sweet than even the nectar, and it prevents birth and death. The Lord of the gopis drank the milk. What milk dropped out of the jar created a big tank. The tank measured 100 yojanas in length and in breadth, and is known in Golaka by the name of Sri Sagara. The Gopikas and Radha play therein. At the will of Sri Krishna, whose nature is all will, that tank became full of excellent gems and jewels. Then from every pore of Surabi there appeared suddenly 1,00,000 koti of cows, who yielded according to one's desires. So much so that every gopa was used to live there in Golaka had one Kamadhenu cow, and each house had one such. Their calves again became so many that no limit can be put to them. Thus, by degrees, the whole universe was filled with cows. This is the origin of the cow creation. O Narada, Surabi was the first worshipped by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Therefore, she is so much honored everywhere. On the day after the Diwali night, new moon in the month of October, Surabi was worshipped by the command of Sri Krishna. This is heard from the mouth of Dharmadeva. O child, now hear the Dhyan, the Strota, the method of worship of Surabi, as mentioned in the Vedas. I will now speak on this. On Surabai Nama, Om Surabai Nama, the principal six-lettered mantra of Surabi. If anyone repeats this mantra 1,00,000 times, he becomes Siddha in this mantra. This is like a kalpa tree, a tree yielding all desires to the devotees. The Dhyanama Surabi is mentioned in the Yajur Vedas. Success, prosperity, increase, and freedom come in the results of worshipping Surabi. The Dhyanam runs as follows. O Devi Surabi, thou art Lakshmi, thou art best, thou art Radha, thou art the chief companion of the Sri Radha, thou art the first and the source of the cow creation. Thou art holy, and thou purifiest the whole, and thou sanctifiest the persons. Thou fulfillest the desires of the devotees, and thou purifiest the whole universe. Therefore I meditate on thee. Reciting this dhyanam, the Brahmanas worship the Devi Surabi in jars, on the heads of cows, or on the pegs where cows are fastened, or on salagrama stone, or in the water, or in fire. O Muni, he who worships with devotion the next day morning after Diwali night becomes also worshipped in this world. One day in the Varaha Kalpa, Surabi did not yield milk by the influence of Vishnu Maya. The Devas become very anxious. Then they went to the Brahmaloka and began to praise Brahma. At his advice, Indra began to chant hymns to Surabi. Indra said, O World Mother, O Devi, O Mahadevi, O Surabi, thou art the source of the cow creation, obeisance to thee. Thou art the dear companion of Radha, thou art the part of Kamala, thou art dear to Sri Krishna, thou art the mother of cows, I bow down to thee. Thou art like the kalpa tree, a tree yielding all desires. Thou art the chief of all. Thou yieldest milk, wealth, and prosperity, and increase thereof. So I bow down to thee. Thou art auspicious, thou art good. Thou bestowest cows, obeisance to thee. Thou givest fame, name, and dharma. So I bow down to thee. O Narada, thus hearing the praise sung by Indra, the eternal Surabi, the originator of the world, became very glad and appeared in the Brahmaloka, granting boons to Mahendra, so very rare to others and desired by him. Surabi went to the Golaka. The Devas also went back to their own abodes. The whole world was now full of milk. Clarified butter came out of that milk, and from the clarified butter, sacrifices began to be performed, and the Devas were fed, and they became pleased. O child, he who recites this holy strota of Surabi with devotion gets cows, other wealth, name, fame, and sons. The reciting of this strota qualifies one as if he had bathed in all the sacred places of pilgrimages and had acquired the fruits of all sacrifices. Enjoying happiness in this world, he goes in the end to the temple of Sri Krishna. There, living long in the service of Krishna, he becomes able to be a son of Brahma. Here ends the 49th chapter of the 9th book on the anecdote of Surabi in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshvari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.